This is Chris Redfield from Resident Evil 8. This is not Cody from Fixed and Folded because it's Halloween and I'm in costume. I'm going to do a review of my favorite folding knife, which is the Off Grid Knives Scorpion V3 in MagnaCut, titanium, and carbon fiber. It's Tommy's birthday today, Halloween, so let's wish him a happy 3rd birthday. Tommy likes my audience here, and he's having a good day. I got him lots of treats. So this is Cody from Fixed and Folded, and I'm going to be reviewing the Off Grid Knives Scorpion V3. This is a great knife. This is absolutely one of my favorite knives, and let's go over it. This is expensive, especially if you live outside of the United States. I had to import this from offgridknives.com from California. And yeah, probably all in cost me about $600 Canadian after all the shipping and import fees and everything. But I do love this knife, and for me, it's worth it. You have a probably DLC coated MagnaCut blade with, I just call this a clip point. Sort of a, it's not a traditional clip point. It has almost a harpoon blade on the top here with a bit of a raised false edge on the top. Without this clip, it would probably be like a spear point. I don't really have, but this clip gives it extra piercing ability, and you have a high flat grind with a blade thickness for a knife this size. I would say on the thick side. Handle thickness is medium, so you actually have a generous blade thickness to handle ratio. And handle comfort for my extra large hands is excellent because the handle is somewhat on the tall side and medium thickness. With the way that they've done this little swoop here for the finger, it's very blocky and neutral in the best possible way for comfort. And the handle design matches the blade design very well. It complements it. The feel in hand is really, really good. So this is made in Taiwan, I believe, or China. And I think the OEM manufacturer is Bestech, and fit and finish is flawless. You got ball bearings, pivot, which I tend to prefer phosphor bronze washers just for durability if you're in a grimy environment, but these bearings are so smooth right out of the box, just really nice. Got a frame lock here, and flipper tab, you want to light switch it. I put my second finger in the cutout here of the frame lock, so that my finger's not pushing against the frame and preventing the blade from opening. I just put my finger down there, and then really easily opens with a light switch movement. You can kind of push button it, but just the shape of the flipper tab lends itself mostly to light switching. Has a nice sound to it, doesn't it? That's nice. The blade is, how long is it? Overall length, you're looking at 8, almost 9 inches, 8 3/4 inches. You've got a cutting edge of 3 3/4 inches, which is the same as the overall blade length, 3 3/4 inches. You've got a generous hand length here, handle length of 4 1/4 inches. And my Hand width at the fingers is 3.5 inches. Palm is 4 inches. And I've got plenty of hand area here, even wearing gloves, no problem. There's no jimping at the front of the handle here at the top, but you have kind of aggressive jimping on the blade, which definitely keeps your thumb in place. And also it extends almost halfway down the blade, so you can do some finger traction for doing draw cutting as well. And there's some jimping on the inside of the handle, near the back 2/3 of it. And I guess in theory that would provide some traction during saber grip. It's probably provides the most traction in reverse grip, and you've got your thumb resting up against that. And there's no milling on the inside of the handle because they have done milling on the outside of the handle instead. And then to keep it feeling nice and smooth, the milling slots have been filled with carbon fiber inserts. That's why it looks like that. Because at first I thought, why would they put them where they put them with the carbon fiber? But if you imagine it being the inside of the handle, and that's where it's milled out to reduce weight, that makes perfect sense. And then because Off Grid Knives has really great designs, they decided to fill it with carbon fiber. So you get, this is for a knife of this size, this is lightweight. Let's weigh it right now, because I don't know what the actual weight is. I'm going to say 4.6 ounces. Wow, it's heavier than that. It says 5.2. Let's try it again. Yep, okay, so 5.2 ounces, which is heavy in my subjective weight category, but this is a big knife and definitely does not feel heavy for its size. So I wasn't sure how much I would like this knife until I got it in my hand, and it feels, for my hands, amazing. So I'm pleasantly surprised with this. I just liked the size of it. I like the materials of titanium and MagnaCut. The carbon fiber it doesn't matter. I can take it or leave it, but it does work with the tactical, modern, stylish theme of this knife design. And yeah, hand comfort is really nice. I don't know what the coating of the handle is, but it's the whole impression of the design, of the implementation, of the engineering, fit and finish is that these coatings are going to be nice and highly durable. It's also it's not a highly reflective finish on the blade. Maybe not quite matte, like the Recon M1 is nice and non-reflective. This has some more reflectivity, but not quite so much as an older Recon one that has almost a reflective black finish. So you've got T8 body screws, T8 pivot screw, and T6 for the pocket clip, which is reversible. And the pocket clip, look at that. That is nice and low profile. I didn't modify it at all out of the box. Super comfortable and nice and easy to get in and out of the pocket. The tension is kind of medium, which is great. Not too stiff, not too thin, so it's not going to accidentally slide out when you don't want it to. Hand comfort is perfect on this. I don't feel it in my hand. Any part of it that I do feel just feels like it's supposed to be there. It's no hot spots, and not even any, you know, not even any overly protruding point there. So hand comfort is excellent. Yeah, this is just a very well implemented design for comfort and utility, because the shape of the blade, materials, angle of cutting edge lends this to be a great performer. This is going to be durable. This is just a great, you can do a lot of stuff with this knife. And yeah, it's a frame lock, so frame locks are durable. I don't know if frame locks are as durable as triad locks. I'm guessing they're not. So of the folding knives that I have on my little comparison mat here, the triad lock on the Recon series is going to prove to be probably the most durable, but frame locks are also considered highly durable. So can you do is this a do everything folding knife? Probably yes, except that because it has ball bearings, because it uses bearings, it's going to be more susceptible to jamming or gunking up in a high debris environment, like a lot of dust or mud or dirt. If it's going to get rubbed in there somehow, then that can make the deployment a lot less smooth, and you're going to have to take it apart and service it. But for an EDC knife, for a around the house knife, for an emergency self-defense knife, whatever, don't do that. But yeah, this is going to be good at any task that you could ask it to do. Yeah, love it. Let's just do a size comparison here. Similarly tactical, all blacked out knives. Here's your EDC Champion knife with a really thin slicer blade, the Hytron Pathright, which is just about 8 inches overall. Got your 8 3/4 inches here. Same length, maybe 8.8 inches is the Spartan Poros. And 9 inches overall, you got the SOG Seal XR. And 9 1/4 inches, you got the Recon M1. And you can see where this fits in. This is a full-size knife in terms of length, and so you can see that this is bigger than that, and it's definitely does not feel small in any way. So you can see where this fits in my full-size knife comparison mat there. So who is this for? This is for people that have $600 Canadian. So that eliminates a lot of people that don't have folding knives as their primary hobby. If you do have that money, this is for everyone that thinks this looks nice, because this is going to do a lot of knife stuff. Let's just do a cutting reveal here on this receipt paper. I have not touched this up. I have not stropped this. This is from the factory. And that is very nice. Nice clean edge, a nice clean cut there with no fraying. And there are no hang-up spots along the blade. I'll go to the tip here. Just smooth, efficient cutting. And I'll do some paracord. That was very easy. I'll do another cut. So that takes light effort, and you can see how clean that cut is. Just a nice clean cut, no fraying. So you have a nice even cutting edge on both sides from the factory, and a perfectly even cutting apex of the bevel there. nice and even. It's not off to one side. Yeah, out of the box, fit and finish wise, and just action wise, this has been certainly one of the highest quality fit and finish knives I've ever had, and I've done a lot of knife reviews. So really good quality. Off-grid knives, good job. You're using a good manufacturer, and I love the designs. I don't know if the owner of the company designs the knives himself, but yeah, they have some really nice designs that resonate with me. I've also ordered another off-grid knife, the Stinger XL, which is sort of a budget version of this. It's got your G10 and 154 cm, I believe, black. And I ordered the spear point version. So you can have, no, there's a full flat spear point, and then there's the sort of traditional saber edge, I guess. You've got the saber, and then it also goes thin at the top, but it's unsharpened. Anyway, hopefully that arrives soon. I'll be doing a review of that, and likely it will also be very good. Yeah, I guess that concludes my review of the Off-Grid Knives Scorpion version 3 or V3. And I love this knife. I don't just like it, I love it. Boy, I mean, it's not a ripoff for the money. It's not a great value, but my gosh, this is a great knife. So I kind of have to 10 out of 10 this knife because it has its own unique design and it just feels great and I love it. So I'm going to 10 out of 10 this. Have a great day. Have a great Halloween. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Good night.